I asked the Reddit community what their hot takes for Call of Duty are, and here's what they said. This first comment is from Glittering Badger 408, and they say Black Ops is an off-brand version of what real Call of Duty is supposed to be, ultimately causing the identity crisis and ruining the namesake, with the new gens thinking COD is supposed to be some hero shooter game rather than a military game since its inception. And then someone said, interesting take actually. I can see how after BO1 the Black Ops games leaned more into the arcadey side of Call of Duty and have smaller maps than I did. So my first thought is I do agree, but I also disagree at the same time. I think that Black Ops was supposed to be its own distinct thing, and that Modern Warfare and everything, you know what I mean? It's its own distinct thing. That's what the Black Ops branch is for, is to be more of that hero shooter kind of thing. While Modern Warfare was supposed to be more of a boots on the ground, actual actually being more of a military shooter kind of game. So it's in the name, Black Ops. They're the Black Ops. They're going on special missions. So it does make sense in a way, but I think that's what the purpose of the Black Ops games were, was to be that kind of hero shooter. So then you're not doing military, strict military. You can do military from MW and then do some sort of hero shooter Black Ops kind of thing with Black Ops. So I understand what he's coming from, but also it was trying to be its own thing from Modern Warfare with it still being in the same franchise, if you get my drift. So it's not seeming like the same game over and over and over and over and over again. The next comment was the community is mostly at fault for how far COD has fallen. With King Hawkeye responding, it's a hot take because the community won't admit it. It's too big to make up its mind, so Activision tries its best with movements, gun, maps, etc. Everything is met with the community hating it and 50% of the community liking it. They're damned if they do, damned if they don't. So, I don't know. Because I think what should happen is the Omni movement and shit like that should be a Black Ops exclusive, right? Because it's supposed to be that hero shooter kind of thing, right? And then MW is straight up normal boots on the ground, you know what I mean? So like, they feel distinct, they have their own movements and everything like that, to where, hey, if you like the Omni movement and stuff like that, you can play the Black Ops franchise. And if you don't and you like the normal, like how it was back in the day, Modern Warfare is there. I think that would be the best way to balance it out. Or they can scrap the Modern Warfare and Black Ops whole shtick, right? Let those two branches retire and have different one to where you're releasing one part, which is all the Omni movement, stuff like that, like we just said, and then the next game could be normal movement how it was before. So it's catering to both communities. So then you're not just looking at one or making both unhappy. You know what I mean? That's the best thing I can think of to help out the franchise. This comment was from Ronnie Barter. A lot of the changes made to fight issues with camping, OP weapons, and OP perks have genuinely just made the game worse. Gunsmith has made weapons feel samey, and anything that isn't outright OP or an overt gimmick, guns just feel like any other guns because you can make it so vastly different. Perks have similar issues. They have a lot less power than back in the 2000s. There's a lot of stuff that sounds good on paper, like fast hands improving reload speed, but compared to sleight of hands having reload speed, it feels like it's basically doing anything. Which I'm guessing he meant it feels like it's basically not doing anything. I'll have the wrong class equipped and not even notice because it's got the same primary and I don't feel the difference from perks. Meanwhile, back in the 2000s, the perks you had mattered a lot. Everyone was OP as opposed to now where no one is. I don't know. I think there's also a lot of perks in the game that you can choose from, and that might be a reason why. So taking 2, 3 perks from each group, or 2 perks from each group away, or modifying them to where, hey, it's more of those perks combined with other perks. So then there's no need. I think that it should play more of a role in the game because they are there for. And also Gunsmith. I think Gunsmith, we should go back to how it was back in Black Ops 2, because then each gun will still feel distinct enough to where, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, I think doing it that way just would make it to where each gun will feel more distinct. The perks will be more noticeable and such. This next comment is from Ren Wings, and they say persistent lobbies are better than lobbies that disband after every game. Is that even a hot take? I think everybody in the community agrees with that we should not have disbanding lobbies, and that the only reason we have disbanding lobbies is because of the BS SPMM. That's the only reason we have disbanding lobbies. You know, that's just a take. That's not even a hot take. That's just a take. That's a good take right there. This next comment says Black Ops 7 is a really good COD. No. And then this final comment is from Lil Zeus, and he said, 1, the specialists in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 were actually fun and should make a return at some point, but shouldn't be a common thing. Maybe they return every 8 games. Having to manually heal on your own, like in Black Ops 4, was a good game mechanic, adding another layer in your strategy on rank. The only part, or the so I played Black Ops 3, but I did not play Black Ops 4. So I don't know about the specialists or the healing mechanic in Black Ops 4, but I know the specialist mechanics in Black Ops 3, and I just think if they're gonna have something like that, there definitely needs to be checks and balances, and I think that there should be a way to counter the specialist's ability. Uh, we're gonna have that, and I think that'll balance it out. Having somewhat a specialist kind of mechanic like in Black Ops 3, and then having it take longer to build up just a tad bit, with an ability of the person to be able to counter it. I think that's the best way to do it there. Um, that's all, folks. Let me know. That's all, folks. Let me know in the comments your hot takes as well. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications. And also, while you're down there, like the video and share it. Share it with a friend. Let me know in the next one.